Other things we want to talk about, obviously, this getting a lot of play now. Is coming to the forefront. People really wasn't aware of it. Even myself, back in the day when Pac did the album Illuminati, and I just thought it was just a catchy name or whatever the case may be. But now I'm aware. I'm like, you know, he was basically dissing the Illuminati. So I'm automatically convinced that that's who got him killed, just by comparing both of the names. But you know, for the viewers who are not too aware of the Illuminati, what is the Illuminati?
Well, like real basic and like elementary teachings, the Illuminati simply means holders of the light, the torch bearers, the light bearers. Anything dealing with the light, because they feel that they are the ones that's going to lead the way into this new millennium. So when you see the light bearers, you're actually talking about this hidden hand, so to speak, of people who really truly control things. So when you hear the Illuminati, it's the illuminated ones, the light bearers, the torch bearers. And the prime example of that is when you see the Olympics. They take the torch through every city in town, every city, and it comes to America, and they pass the torch. That's a sign of the Illuminati. The Statue of Liberty is the sign of the Illuminati. Shell gas station. The shell is not an actual shell, it's a rising sun. MasterCard, because they call themselves men of towardness, those that operate between the rising and the setting suns, because they're sun worshippers and they believe in the light. You understand what I'm saying? That they're the light bearers. So they leave signs and symbols. I could take out a dollar bill and break it down from top to bottom, back and forth. You understand what I'm saying? These are the people that hid themselves, woven themselves into the fabric of every aspect of America. Politics, education, religion, every facet of America. I'm gonna keep this, all right?
Okay.
So like I was saying, right? When you talk about the Illuminati hiding themselves, here you have the all-seeing eye on top of a pyramid acting as the capstone. You understand what I'm saying? Inside, if you connect the dots, drawing out a Star of David, you'll see the word Mason. All right? But actually, the word Mason, if you scramble the letters around, is the ancient order of the Noble Mystic Shrine. All right? But not only that, see, they hide cute little things like that because they know that we don't know the symbols, symbology. We're not symbol literate. So when you read it further, it says Nuit Coetus, which is Latin, Novus Ordo Seclorum, announcing the birth of the New World Order. Well, shit, the New World Order is already here. This is about to play out. This is only worth 8 cents. So you brothers out there that's selling drugs and killing people over this, stop that, man. This is not even worth it. You understand what I'm saying? But we need to put enough of these together so we can buy some land so we can carve out our own destiny. Are you following me? You see the gentrification going on throughout every major city in America. They moving black people out. They taking over the inner cities. All right? That brings us to Haiti. That brings us to Hurricane Katrina. Are you following me? So these things are going on right before our eyes. But one interesting thing about the dollar bill. In the corner to the left of George Washington's head, if you fold it this way and this way, you'll actually see an owl that sits right in the corner, right above the number 1.
The Bohemian Owl.
Right. Which is their logo, simply because the reason why they chose the owl is because the owl sees things in the dark. The owl is wise, and the owl always makes that particular sound called who, because we don't know who. Are you following me? Right. But the owl represents the District of Columbia. That brings me to your friend, not mine, Barack Obama. Barack Obama...
You talking about Barry?
Yeah.
What's up, Barry?
Barack Obama is the president of a corporation, and he's not the president of the United States of America.
Absolutely.
Their logo is the all-seeing owl. Now, to prove that, I always say in my lectures that if you find any watch ad in any magazine, the time is always 10:10. Why? Simply because the District of Columbia is designed 10 square miles by 10. That's the government, not everything else. That's what he's the president over. A corporation. What is a corporation's main entity that they buy, sell, and trade? You. Are you following me? You a useless eater to them. You a sheeple. Are you following me? Your birth certificate is worth $634,000. And this is what they use as collateral with Britain. And that's the only thing that they run in America. You're a human resource. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is why you have no right.
So for people who don't know, who runs the Illuminati? Who are the founding fathers of this whole demonic
what I do is rather than talk about the top of my head, is your dollar back. At the top of my head, I go to books like this, Bloodlines of the Illuminati. It gives you all of the families that are here, not written by a black man, not written by Griff. You understand what I'm saying? These are the bloodlines of the Illuminati. This is why Barack Obama, President Obama, is tied in via the bloodline. This is why Jay-Z said that he was sitting in San Tropez sipping $20,000 bottles of Cristal with the Blue Bloods. Are you following me? So when you talk about a place like the White House, they're not talking about a physical place, they're talking about a bloodline. So we can call their names all day long, but until you connect the dots, as Steve Coakley teaches us, you don't know who's operating with who. All right, so Fritz Springmeier broke it down in this book, The Bloodlines of the Illuminati. There's a man by the name of John Todd. If you put his name in the search engine, he talks about, I should have turned that off. That's the Roots, by the way. You heard the Roots' new album?
Yeah,
oh, that's kind of fly. But anyway, John Todd actually talks about how they had a secret chamber down below the record company where they used to take your master, put it on the altar, and do rituals around your music.
I've heard of that. I've heard of that.
This is real. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when I started connecting the dots, it just hit me, man, like somebody cold cocked me. And I'm like, wow, right here, right in front of me. But then I was really shocked, to answer your question directly, I was shocked to see the Jay-Z's and the Damon Dash and these kind of people, kind of their behavior wasn't like it was early on. They were strictly hood. Do you understand what I'm saying? And then I'm like, well, what is it about belonging to the Billionaires Boys Club that makes you change and get disconnected from the hood? Do you understand what I'm saying? I said, oh, they're taking the oath. See, the Illuminati, the holders of the light, infiltrated the Masonic Lodge. Now, for the Masons that are out there watching this, you don't know a damn thing about this. I ain't talking about your average Mason down the street that know a couple little handshakes and little code words. I'm not talking about him. He don't know anything about this. The Illuminati infiltrated. If you study Myron Fagan, the one who actually brought this information to light, he did a thing called the CFR. The CFR is the Illuminati in America. Myron Fagan. And he was basically saying the Illuminati infiltrated the Masonic Lodge and actually was the ones that set up camp in the Masonic Lodge and actually initiated some of these people in the Masonic Lodge. And once the Kanye West and the Nas and these kind of people kind of took that oath, it's a wrap, man.
So let me ask you this, like with Nas especially, like I always thought Nas was speaking against the powers that be, especially with the last album that he released, the Nigga album. Like, I felt like out of all the mainstream artists, he really was the one to kind of expose some of the stuff that was going on and kind of speak out against it. You know, not like how Tupac did. I don't think he went as far as that. But at the same time, he did kind of come out at them.
I think Nas in a clever way, and we have to respect Nas for this. Beautiful brother, talented artist, but he has to juggle this thing like we got to juggle this thing. He got to survive. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I think he was up in that space. I think some shit was revealed to him, and he said, look, if I don't play both sides of this thing to get out of this shit alive, I'm going to end up like Tupac. Personally, that's what I feel. Nas may be watching this. I know Nas. Nas knows me. You understand what I'm saying? But that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm feeling watching Nas and the moves that he's making.
Throughout his whole life. Because Nas, to me, I felt like they always tried to position Nas in Jay-Z's position. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as, like, I feel like they approached each artist from different coasts, the main artists at the time, and approached them with the same ultimatum.
Right.
And the ones who they felt like didn't want it and were probably going to reveal something, they ousted.
Right, but you know, so it's an interesting point, simply because I tell people all the time, you don't choose them, they choose you.
Right.
So they had their eye on Nas for a long time. Now, we can't sit here and say for sure that they approached Nas, but I'm telling you, I'm willing to bet some money that they did. Look at his career and some of the things that he was trying to do. You understand? On a street level, trying to survive in the industry. He was battling Jay-Z at the point where he flipped and signed with Jay. And I'm like, wait a minute, dude. You just ate his ass alive with the ether. You understand what I'm saying? But yet you're going to go sign with your rival? Come on, something's up with that. Right. See, that's the Hegelian dialectic principle. You know, that's the three-step solution. Problem, reaction, solution. You know, the same thing that Kanye and 50 Cent did. Made us think that they were against one another. When they started competing who's going to sell the most records, shit, they was probably in cahoots with one another. to get that cheese, get caked up. You understand what I'm saying?
So what do you feel about, like, so you feel like every artist who's in that money space, the Puff Daddies, the Jay-Z's, the 50 Cents, the Kanye's, the Eminems, the Dr. Dre's, all these people, the Ice Cubes, are they a part of what's force feeding us with all this?
Yeah, but they want to know, and I want to look in the camera and tell them to their face, man, your ass is a peon. When them crackers get a hold of your ass and they decide to do away with you like they did Michael Jackson, I'm warning you, I'm telling you, they killed Michael Jackson.
I believe that.
When they ready to get rid of your ass, you are done. And your ass cannot come back to the hood. And slick ass, gay ass Puffy.
Puff.
Where's that book at? What the hell I did with that damn? But Mark Carey's book. Mark Carey talked about, is there some books over there? Nah. But anyway, I know it. Mark Carey's book, Dancing with the Devil, how Puffy burned the bad boys of hip-hop. He talked about that. You understand what I'm saying? So when you talk about Puffy hiring these gay French and Italian and European white dudes to design his clothes, we found out that they had put an implantable biomicrochip inside the label. So like the jeans you got on, that may not even be your size, but when you went to the store, you said, man, I get a 42 regular. Well, they took the small, medium tags and put it on the extra, the large, and the extra large jeans. Are you following me? So naturally, the pants to be baggy. Then they married on the jail culture to hip-hop, and now the butt crack became the new cleavage. Are you following me? Slick devils, man. This is why you get the dudes in the streets now with the funny little hairstyles and the earrings and the white tees and the cute little tight skinny jeans and this kind of thing. It's feminizing hip-hop. Thank you, Puffy. We really appreciate that.
Wow. That's deep.
And Little Wendy, Little Wayne, and the rest of them showing us your goddamn underwear. Let me tell y'all something, man. I ain't scared of none of these dudes. I say that on every lecture. Bring it, man. Let me tell you, I got soldiers, man, that don't give a fuck about this music. We'll take it to your ass. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not bragging. I'm just saying enough of the bullshit.
I mean, I feel
we want to put hip-hop, bring hip-hop back to its original origin. You understand what I'm saying? All the rest of that strip-hop shit that y'all doing, y'all can keep that shit, man.
So you think, do you think they're being controlled to put out this type of music?
They're part of it.
So the Soldier Boys, even the people as low level as them, the Soldier Boys.
No, he don't know any damn better. Somebody to pluck him upside his damn head. All he's doing, and we can't fault him for that, he's just trying to come up. I was at this gig, right? KRS-One was performing. And me, I'm kind of like, you know, the DL way in the back, unassuming. I go in the joint, I ain't wearing no dark glasses or nothing, but I'm just up in there. If you don't know who I am, you won't recognize me.
But just to comment on that, though, before you continue. What's up with your boy KRS-One, though? He doing all type of commercials and stuff like that now. So it seems like he getting back in the mix. Did they approach him and say, hey, man, it's about time? Are you finally going to come aboard? Think he finally said yeah, or what's going on?
I think unintentionally, KRS-One, unbeknownst to him, is playing into their hands.
It's all about that money.
I was talking to the brother here earlier, and we're saying religion is controlled by the same people that's running and controlling hip-hop. Are you following me? So we got to understand that. But I think KRS-One should not have apologized. Not to Nelly, not to 50 Cent, not to any of these people that he got caught on film apologizing to. KRS-One, fuck them, man. You an elder, dude. Hold your ground. You understand what I'm saying? And if they want to come up and battle you and you hand them their ass, so damn what? They need to learn that lesson. But don't go apologizing to anybody. Ice-T, I want to send you a message too. Who this little punk ass Soldier Boy? I think he apologized to.
Yeah, he did do that.
Soldier Boy,
I felt like at the end of the day, he spoke his mind. He should have left it there. Ice-T, you an OG. You should have left it where it was at.
Thank you.
I respect you, Ice-T. Like at the end of the day, I mean, you know, from New Jack City. I mean, before that, you made the first Cop diss song. Come on, man.
So I'm saying Ice-T, and me and Ice-T like this, love the brother, and he loves me. I'm saying, man, get that motherfucker ass whooping and a fucking Band-Aid and a fucking lollipop and tell him to see you next week, man. You understand what I'm saying? Don't apologize. You know, I'm coming unapologetically. I'm not apologizing to none of these dudes. Look, if your ass is wrong and you need to be checked, your ass is wrong. When my ass, quote unquote, spoke out of turn according to Chuck D and the rest of Public Enemy, they kicked my ass out of the group. My ass was poisoned, left for fucking dead. Nobody came to my motherfucking aid. Are you following me?
Following.
I'm not bitter behind it. That's just what I had to go through to get to this point. So I'm saying to the KRS Ones and the Ice T's and the Ice Cubes, you're in position now. You understand what I'm saying? Straight up, they ain't got to kiss your ring or none of that bullshit, but I'm saying to you, you an elder, man. You know, play the statesman, the elder role. You understand what I'm saying? None of these dudes, the Soldier Boys, the Waka Fuckers, or whoever the fuck they are, none of them getting no pass, man, until you earn your damn keep. Plain and simple.
So let me ask you this about the house situation with your house getting burnt down. Do you think the Illuminati has something to do with that, to try to send you a message to try to quiet you, or?
Well, this is something I've never really said on film. I've said it on film, but I had that particular tape locked away in my safe behind my desk, and no one has ever heard me say this. But I think it's time that we kind of get this out in the open. That you know, on the Occult Science Radio interview and World Star and some other interviews that I've done, I've actually talked about the blood and the human sacrifice. Well, I'm gonna look right in the camera and say this. I was supposed to be that blood human sacrifice for Public Enemy, but I survived it. Do you understand what I'm saying? And since I survived it and I'm talking about it now it's imperative that these people silence me. Plain and simple. I've told you about people that I had to deal with right in front of my door right here. Do you understand what I'm saying? I tell people, look, when you call me, know that this conversation is being listened to. Plain and simple. I can't tell you how many times my MySpace, Facebook, email accounts, websites get shut down. You understand what I'm saying? I know they listening. You understand what I'm saying? To a degree, I know these days are numbered for me. You understand what I'm saying? But I have to do what I have to do because I know they got to do what they have to do. My house burning down, that wasn't no accident. That wasn't no accident. But see, I'm not tied to the material. You know, this is where I do photography and make music in here, and I ain't skip a step. And I really appreciate all the people like, you know, your people, y'all's people stepping up. You know, brothers was just putting money in my hand when they see me in the street. They was going online and going to PayPal and putting money in my account to make sure that I stayed alive. And the people actually stepped up, man. And if I wouldn't be if it wasn't for the people.
Yeah, because the people are waking up. They're getting aware
exactly.
now.
And you know what they said themselves? That Professor Griff, man, but I may not agree with everything he got to say or the way he say it, but hey, man, that brother's a soldier. And if they came at that brother like that to silence him like that, I gotta support the brother. I mean, $5, I ain't gonna miss that. You understand? The people were giving me used books. I had 3,000 books, man. All my books couldn't even fit in these 3 rooms.
That's real.
You understand what I'm saying? I mean, I had a DVD library that'll blow your mind. And to come home, I wasn't even in town at the time. To come home and look at the shell of my house, I'm like, God damn. So I'm walking in, you know, with a wet t-shirt over my mouth. I'm going through, see if I could salvage some things. It was like critical. And then for the insurance company to fight me tooth and nail, even down to the lawyers, man, just probably pay it off.
So have they ever tried to approach you, though, and try to get you in with you knowing so much? I'm pretty sure that, has anybody ever tried to approach you to get you into this so-called?
Let me tell you what your man Hustle Simmons said to me. I'm at the Million Man March, or the Million More Movement, I think it was the one after that. Behind stage, dignitaries and all the important people were there. So I'm talking to Russell, and I'm like, look, man, did that whole Jewish thing affect your life like it did me? He says, man, all you had to do was make a hit record, and that would have been that. Or basically, in other words, all you had to do was come on in. Basically, you understand what I'm saying? Chill the fuck out. We would hit you off, just kind of like, everything would have been cool. You mean to tell me all this time my life has been ruined? I've been poisoned, shot at, house burned down, all kicked out of Public Enemy, all this shit, and you tell me in a fucking fleeing moment behind stage somewhere that all I had to do was make a hit record? Oh, damn. That goes to show y'all, man. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about you. You understand what I'm saying? Right now I'm feeling like Tupac. They don't give a fuck about us, man.
They killed that brother, man. That brother was on something.
You got to question Quincy Jones about that.